Yo, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. It's your boy, Tyrus Bane. Freedom family, freedom marchers, freedom lovers, freedom fighters. How y'all doing this evening? It is 8:22 p.m. on Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. And right now, it's about 82 degrees outside. The sun's still up. Excuse me. On my way back to Columbia for tomorrow so that I can go to a dentist appointment. And then I'll be shooting back Thursday morning. Mad early. I'll probably get up at like 12:30, 1 o'clock. I'll have to get into bed. I have to basically be asleep by like 6 o'clock to get a good amount of sleep. You know what I mean? I prefer to get between 6 and 8 hours of sleep a day. 7 hours, 7.5 hours is my sweet spot. But if I can get a good 6 hours tomorrow night before I hit the road Thursday morning, I'll be in great shape. Anyway, sleep is very important. Rest is a weapon. Sleep is very important. And you're going to need every weapon that you can get your hands on. All right? Because, I've been talking about this agenda to, basically indoctrinate our children, have our children on some bullshit. And, yeah, they're ramping it up. And these people don't give a shit, all right? They really don't. They don't care about your children outside of wanting to do nasty shit with your children, okay? And now, this is not every gay person or whatever, or every, person that identifies as queer, lesbian, all these other things, but they have allowed certain types of individuals to infiltrate their movement and take it over, right? Infiltrate their movement and take it over. And now, I feel like a lot of them are getting swept up in basically this whole thing where they feel like it's okay for your children to participate in sexual deviance, to be groomed, to be indoctrinated into the world of gaydom and the world of transitioning and all these other things. The realm of transformerism, y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? And because certain types of individuals, they just have to be right, they will forego their morals in order to, basically go against the other side, right? Go against the other side. And now, what you have are these pride marches where, of course, children are, people take their children there and they do all these things. And, it's getting worse and worse every time, right? It's being more and more debauchery going on, more and more exposure of sexual deviancy to your children. Not your children, but the children that go to these events. I don't know what parent in their right mind, gay, trans, or whatever, would feel like it's okay to bring your children to a sexcapade, basically, where, everybody's flaunting their sexual proclivities around, having their shit hanging out, talking about they a woman, and it's all this bullshit. Let's call it what it is. And now these people, okay, are marching around. They marching around, y'all. Not freedom marching. They're marching around, hollering, "We're coming for your children." Okay. Now, something like this this is not the first time I believe this has happened. I believe there was another Pride Month some years back where they were saying that same thing, and they were trying to make it seem like they were trolling, right? Trying to make it seem like they were trolling. I don't think this was a troll. It wasn't a troll, okay? These people are really coming for your children, okay? And they really want your children to have access, or they really want to have access to your children. This is what I believe. Otherwise, why would you push this on the children? Why would you say we're coming for your children? Why would you think it's okay to have pornographic books in school libraries where they're talking about licking this, sucking this out of somebody's booty, and like it's really just, it's disgusting. And you know, this protected class, the LMNOP community, they are not getting any, you know, it's just, they're not getting any better, right? Because these people are getting away with the bullshit. They're getting away with all this shit. You know, no one's calling them out. No one with any real authority is trying to do anything about it. You know, when these things get exposed in certain schools, like that school in Chicago, that private school, you know, they say when that school official said what was trying to show students how to use dildos and all these other things and all that, the school doubled down in support of this dude, and it's just really out of control. It's really out of control. And it's just, I'm getting tired of it, you know? They're coming for your children. They already said it. It's not the first time they said it, but trust me, they're coming for your children. You might want to get them whistles ready, okay? You might want to get the whistles ready, and not just for this movement, right? Not for the coming for your children movement. That's what I'm calling it from now on. It's the coming for your children movement. It's not just that, right? You got to get your whistles ready for all kind of shit. All right? You got to get your whistles ready. You got to be prepared. You got to make sure you understand what's at stake. If you have children, you should already have, listen, every able-bodied adult and not so able-bodied adult should, you know, be equipped. And, you know, one of the best things that you can do to protect your children is to make sure that you have a tool ready to go, ready to handle any situation. It's really coming to that point, and we have to listen. We gotta take the rose-colored glasses off. They're not going to protect us from this, okay? They're not going to protect us from this. As you can see, they're not protecting anybody from these illegal immigrants that are coming in with nefarious intentions. They're letting these motherfuckers in. They're catching and releasing right here in the United States. And they're flooding these cities with these individuals, okay? This is all by design. It's all by design. Now, you got, you've been had the LMNOP community, well, certain elements of the LMNOP community trying to indoctrinate your children, trying to groom them, and you even got straight people, so-called straight people, I mean, pushing the same agenda, trying to appease this very small community, right? The LMNOP community, particularly the T's, right, the Transformers, they are a very small percentage of the population. But they get all the pandering, they get all the concessions. You know, they get anything they want. to the point where they can go and perform half naked in front of children with their private parts swinging about in facilities that says lick me and I'll lick you back, right? Where they have the fucking a sign up above the door saying what was lick me and I'll lick you back, one of those places. You know, they're trying to tell us, oh, this isn't an adult show. No. It was an adult show. And you had kids there getting twerked at, all this type of shit. You had, what was this? There was a school where they had students sitting, and I covered this years ago. Okay. There was a school where these students were sitting in the middle of a basketball court, and the teachers were basically giving them lap dances, okay? Just the weirdest shit going on right now. The weirdest, sickest shit is being pushed onto us. It's being normalized. They're normalizing sick behavior. And, we just, what are we going to do about it? Like, what can we do? Y'all know what my solution is to protect your children. The best solution for me to protect your children is to take them out of these schools. Take them out of the schools, right? And if you can't, move to a state where they don't let this shit go down, right? Or where, it's at least not out in the open, like where they're not just so free about what they're exposing your children to. No, take them. There are certain, if you have children, there are certain sacrifices you have to make for your children, for the future of your children, right? For the protection of your children, for the love of your children. There are certain things that you have to do as parents to ensure that your children have the best chance in this world. And that's one reason I left California, because even though my children are homeschooled in California, their whole entire school career, the homeschooling program was getting more and more in our business, basically, because you have to, you use these homeschool programs, and the state wants certain things done, right? They want certain things done. Now, when we first started out, they weren't on our head about shit, right? I mean, we were basically any curriculum we wanted to use. There were no, well, they had to do the attendance, the educational facilitator that was part of the program. They didn't force a curriculum on you, but she did make sure that she took attendance and all these other things. Now, as time went by, as the years went on, they wanted more and more information. They wanted to see what your children were learning, right? They wanted to see all these things. They wanted samples, and then you had to do certain things. There were certain things you had to turn in. You got to turn in this much of this. You had to turn in this much of that. And it was getting kind of ridiculous. And with that, on top of everything else that was going on in California, we got the fuck out of there, all right? And now, my children are better off. There is a much larger homeschooling community here in the South, like South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, and we've met a lot of parents with, a lot of parents that homeschool their children that really seem to be like-minded. And so I know their children isn't being pushed those agendas. I know my children aren't being pushed those agendas. And it's all good. Like, and when they hang out, right? When our kids hang out with their kids, my wife is right there. She, you know what I'm saying? My wife is there the whole time. Like, it really works out pretty good. But you got to protect your children, man. Like, real shit, because they getting out of control with this shit. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got for now, guys. I might get it on, I might get on with y'all tomorrow, or actually Thursday morning. It'll be really early, but maybe we could chop it up about something else. We'll see. But yeah, I think I'm good for now. Just know what they're doing. They're coming for your children. That's what they said out of their own mouths. And what you must do is whatever it takes to protect your children. And you know what a few of those things are. Okay, get your tools together. Pull your kids out of these institutions. If you can afford it. If you can afford it, pull your kids out of these institutions. They'll be much better off. Okay. One thing, I was speaking with somebody, at work, and a young lady, she's like a secretary that we have on the job site, and we were talking about schooling and all these things, and I told them that my children are homeschooled, and she was kind of like, really? I was like, yeah, my kids are homeschooled. And then she was like, well, aren't you worried they might be weird to people or some shit about weird, right? Because she said she had a homegirl that was homeschooled and she was pretty strange, okay? Like awkward or whatever. And I was like, I think school kids are weird, right? Because they get all cliquey and they hitch their identity to whoever they think is cool and all these other things. And I feel like they're a little bit too dependent, because when I was in school, because I went to school, right? When I was in school, there was a lot of weird motherfuckers in school, right? Because at the end of the day, whether you're socializing with a bunch of kids or socializing with a few select children, some people gonna be weird, some people not. You know what I'm saying? My kids I would say my kids don't know a lot of explicit rap language, explicit rap music. They listen to a lot of old school R&B and things like that. So they don't. I haven't really exposed my children to a lot of hip hop that's explicit, where they all that type of shit. And I have exposed them to jazz and things that I like. Some hip hop. They really love Michael Jackson, and compared to kids that do go to school, they know all the lyrics to the goddamn rap songs that talk about nasty shit. So I mean, however you want to frame it, whatever your perspective is, it might be weird from your perspective, but from my perspective, my kids are just, they are innocent, right? They appear and act more innocent than kids that go to school. Because again, there's not any exposure to shit that I'm not aware of. So there's that. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Much love. Did I see that Mighty Mouse got parked out in the Bronx by Munchman? Wait, what do you mean he got parked out? Oh shit, Chicago boxing. I shouldn't even be reading that. What you mean he got parked out? Chicago boxing MMA. Who got, Mighty Mouse got, what do you mean, like knocked the fuck out? Oh, got punked out. Oh, got punked. Oh, I thought you said parked out. No, I didn't hear about that. Mighty Mouse got punked out? About Munchman? That's what's up. Is there a video? I would like to see that. Anyway, and you know what? Has been a while since Mighty Mouse posted anything. Nikki. What's up, Nikki? Yeah, long time no see. I really shouldn't be reading the chat, but there's like practically nobody on this highway right now. But that's not really an excuse. But I take quick glances and I'm still paying attention to the road. I love these highways out here, man. I'm good, Nikki. You know, enjoying the South. Glad I left California. It's much better off since leaving California. I'm gonna tell you that. Real shit. Real shit. But I was just getting ready to get off this live stream. But thank you for stopping by. Yes, I moved. I got the fuck up out of California. Now we live in South Carolina. But I'm working in Georgia. So, like I said, I'm on my way back to South Carolina right now so I can go to the dentist tomorrow. So yeah, there's that. But I mean, not a bad drive, man. It's not bad. And I'm in my company truck, so I ain't got to put wear and tear on my car. So it's all good. Anyway, guys, that is the live stream. Much love. Thank you guys for stopping by and listening to me rant about these individuals coming for our children for the last 20 or so minutes. And yeah, I'm hollering at y'all later. Again, big things are coming, man. I will be starting new channels ASAP. One is going to be a fitness channel, and then I'm going to have another channel with my wife. We are going to start our own little podcast. Yeah, it's a crazy world. What's up, Marcy T? I ain't seen you in a minute, Marcy T, either. Yeah, me and my wife are gonna do probably gonna do a podcast together where we're gonna go into relationships and how to maintain a strong marriage, how to attract a strong mate for yourself, all these things, like what we did, what we went through to make our relationship work so well. Because honestly, our relationship does work very well. And so, I want to share our experience with the world and help them understand that they can achieve the same thing. But there's certain things that you have to, because I feel like in this space, you got a lot in the relationship space, right? Especially on YouTube. You get a lot of individuals that are single. They ain't been in no relationship. They never been married. All these other things, and they're trying to give advice and all these other things to tell you how women think, how men think. But I think it's important to have the perspective, of course, of single people. You need their perspective as well, because they're the ones who are dealing with the dating world as it is today. I haven't had to date in freaking since 2008, 2009, something like that. I have been dating the world since 2008. And so, of course, you need the perspective of single people that are actually in the world right now, having to deal with these new aged individuals, these new people that you got to deal with, that have been raised on the internet. You know what I mean? And so they have to understand and deal with that dynamic. But at the same time, it's also important to have the perspective of married people who had to navigate this new world that we're experiencing with this new generation, with children of our own. And both of us haven't had experience dating before we got married. I had a lot of experience with other women before I got with her, and she's had some experience with other men before she got with me. So we do have those understandings. And again, she is 8 years younger than me. So, you know, she's closer to these new age people. Did I say she was 8 years older? No, younger, whatever. And she understands some of that. But anyway, yep, I got things in the works. I'm just waiting for the right time to pull the trigger on certain things. So we gonna see what happens, right? Matter of fact, I think I might very soon launch my little fitness channel and all that. So looking forward to that. Anyway, I'll give you guys some information on that as that progresses. But thank you guys for joining me, and I will holler at y'all later. Much love, like, share, subscribe, and we're gonna be marching forward toward freedom. Peace.